Hi, welcome back to Comic Book Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. I know normally Monday through Wednesdays I try to keep a schedule doing comic book videos, and I want to keep that schedule. It's just that I'm also into Magic the Gathering, and I want to do that on the weekends. And I'm still working out because I'm an artist to start doing some intro art videos that I want to start doing on either Thursdays or Fridays. So just bear with me. I'm new to this, trying to figure out my own schedule. But back to Magic the Gathering, and I will be doing new comic book release tomorrow. And I've also picked out some books to do a comic book episode on Thursday. But now that I've got that out of the way, for all the people who are looking at this because you're into Magic the Gathering, as you well know, Ravnica Prelease, so this is Return, but really it's just the Guilds of Ravnica. And I played in 5 events, and as you can see, I did okay. I won 10 prize support on my first night. I had a really good deck that I had to drop. So this guy just kicked so much butt for me. Mentor, +1/+1, haste, he's a 3-drop. He's in Boros colors, prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. As you can see right there, it's a pre-release, so that was cool. And if you pay a red and a white to Hajic, I don't know, I'm going to mispronounce this, Legion's Edge, gains first strike until the end of the turn. So he protected a lot of my creatures from non-combat damage for people messing with him. And I went 2-0 before I had to drop. I had to take my nephew to an early football game in the morning. So it was close to already being 3 when we would start the third match. And I had to get up at like 7:30. So I'm getting old. I'm 46. I can't do that anymore. I mean, 10 years ago, yeah, I could have stayed up all night, took my nephew to the game, but I'd like to get some sleep. I also got in the same box another one. True Fire Captain, 4-drop, 2 red, 2 white, Mentor. Whenever this creature attacks, put a +1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. Whenever True Fire Captain is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target player. So as you can see, this 4/3 Mentor was really good because I had 2 Hawks that did so much damage in the game. Because I was given a Mentor. With the Mentor, I was bringing these guys up to like, on average, it was close to being 3. And if I was lucky, I think one game I was able to do 4, but it may not have been with this deck because I played Boros again. No, that's not right. I don't recall if I did, but I want to say that I did. But I know at one point on the average, these were 2s. No, I did. I got them up to 3s because of the Mentor ability right here. Sorry about that. Another Mentor ability that was great was Sky Knight Legionnaire. I've seen one person have 3 of these in their deck. And that's just busted in this limited style of format of Shield. I also had 2 Skyline Scouts. Whenever Skyline Scout attacks, you may pay 2. If you do flying, it gains flying until the end of the turn. So I was getting real evasive. And then I had Inspiring Unicorn. Whenever Inspiring Unicorn attacks, creatures you control get +1/+1 to the end of the turn. And I had an opponent kill one just for me to bring a second one out. Goblin Baronet. He has a Mentor. He's 1, and he's only a 1/1, but you could pump him to keep mentoring other goblins, which was cool. And this spell saved me a few times. Sworn Companions with a Mentor. Create 2 1/1 white soldier creatures with lifelink. Let me focus this more in the center. I love this spell, Justice Strike. Target creature deals damage to itself equals to a power. For a 2-drop and an instant, that's actually pretty good. Also had Righteous Blow. Righteous Blows deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. That helped out situational. So that was, I still had other cards in my deck, but that was really the highlight. And the reason why I didn't keep this over here in this stack is because I wanted to show off my deck because I was pretty happy with that. And I have like 10 prize support. But I just want to let you know, I'm a casual player. I'm not even that good. For those of you who are familiar with Magic the Gathering turns, I punt a lot. So, but I was happy with some of these pickups. But I am good at being lucky, so I'll take that. So Trostani's Discordant. Sorry about that. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. I didn't do well with this deck, but I had fun playing it, and I'm thinking about maybe making a green-white EDH deck with her. She seems like she could be fun. Whenever Trostani's Discordant enters the battlefield, create 2/1/1 white soldier creatures with creature tokens with lifelink. For those of you who are new, lifelink means whenever you do damage, whether it's combat damage or damage, you gain life equal to its attack power, which is the first number right here. And at the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all the creatures you own, which is fun and a good defense. Here's another card right here, Ionize, and all these are the date stamps. So these are special promos. So generally, these type of cards will go for a little bit more just because they have the promo, the date stamp on it. So this one, I like the spell. Counter target spell. It Ionize deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. So if you're running like 4 of these in a deck, you can do like 8 points of damage, and you're almost halfway there. Then Bloodline Operative, okay. I don't think I really was able to do much with him. And this helped me out in the game, but I still ended up losing. So, Izoni, Thousand-Eyed, legendary creature El Shaman. I'm not trying to pronounce that name. Thousand Eyes, enter the battlefield, create a 1/1 black-green insect creature token for each creature card in your graveyard. For a green and a black, sacrifice another creature, you gain 1 life and draw a card. So I had fun. And I guess when it comes to like pre-releases, they're really fun to go to if you have a chance to, and you can take a time off. And they have a format called Two-Headed Giant, where it's you and another person, usually a friend, can get together and just play and have a fun this weekend. So I was able to do that on 2 games. Nullhide Ferox is creature beast. As these are my foils that I've got from all this. So this creature is pretty good. It's hexproof. You can't cast non-creature spells. So I play this, and I can't cast non-creature spells. So it does have a huge drawback. But on the plus side, if somebody pays 2, they lose all abilities until the end of the turn. Any player may activate this. So if they want to use a removal spell, it's going to cost them additional 2. Also, this card has, if a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Nullhide Ferox, put it on the battlefield instead of putting it into your graveyard. Now, this is pretty good, and I don't know how good this is going to be in Standard, but there are a lot of discard effects, so if you're going to be running like mono green, this is probably a card you want. And so I've been hearing a little bit that people are trying to brew with this, so we'll see what happens. Unmoored Ego. These are the foiled. Actually, looks pretty good foiled. Choose a card name, search target's opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles their library, then draws a card for each card that was exiled. There are a lot better exile cards, but since this is Standard, I guess that's okay. And Gruesome Magistery. Here's a Molder Hulk. I like that. Some of these foils look really good. Portcullis Vine. Hitchclaw Recluse. It's actually pretty good when you're playing in limited, when you're drafting on Friday night. To have a 1/4 spider with reach that can block flyers is actually pretty good. A Rosemane Centaur has Convoke and Vigilance. So for a 5-drop, you get a 4/4. But Convoke is your creatures can help you cast a spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 or more mana of that creature's cost. So if you're running green-white, the odds are you're going to have some kind of ramp. So there's a good chance that if turn 1, play an elf, turn 2, play an elf, play a land, turn 3, play your land, and you can Centaur. Or if you play some kind of on turn 2, drop some creatures, turn 3, drop 2-drop creatures, or play a spell where you're dropping 1/1. So this card's actually pretty good. I like it for limited. I don't know if it's going to be seeing standard play, but I'm just a casual player. While I do enjoy playing standard sometimes, I just like playing EDH and just the game in general. And color the culprit. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. So that's a foil. See if I can get that in there so you guys can see it. So those are the foils I got. Pretty happy with them overall. Especially if this guy goes up in value. That'd be sweet. Now I wanted to show you. So my mythics, I got 1 Planeswalker, and it was out of my color, and I wasn't going to try to splash them, but Rav, is it Viceroy? +1, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand and the other one in your graveyard. -3, and for you new players, these +1 and -3, -8 abilities, these are to your loyalty. So when you pay the 5 mana and you play this card, when on your turn, you get to do one of these abilities, depending on how many loyalty points you have. So -3, Ral, is it Viceroy, deals damage to target creature equal to the total number of instant and sorcery cards you own in exile and in your graveyard. And in this new set, there's a lot of cards that are going to be exiled for secondary effect, so this is not bad. But it's not the best removal, because to do -3 to try to get rid of a creature, and on average, most creatures are going to be 4 to 5 toughness in the late game, sometimes 6. While he's good at getting rid of little things that get in your way, it might take a moment before you get rid of something big. And -8, it's always good to try to get most Planeswalkers up to their emblems. You get an emblem with, whenever you cast an instance or sorcery spell, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target, and you draw 2 cards. So you could do 4 to your opponent's life total. You could do 4 to their Planeswalker. You could do 4 to a creature. So getting this up as quick as possible is really good. I like the lightning on that. Underrealm Lich was another one. I got to use this a little bit while I was playing Gogori, because as you can see back here, I was able to play I picked all colors just to experience it all. Creature, Zombie, Elf, Shaman. If you would draw a card, instead look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put 1 in your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Laraz, the Multifarious, legendary creature. I haven't got to play with him, so I don't know how good he is, but when he enters the battlefield, survey 1. And survey is you get to look at the top card of your library. You can, you may put it back. You may either leave it on top, or you may put it into your graveyard. So if there's a card that you don't like at that moment that's not going to help you, you can put it in your graveyard. And then you can pay X, and Laraz, the Multifarious, my throat's a little dry, became a copy of target creature card in your graveyard with the converted mana cost of X, except it's still Laraz, the Multifarious. It's a legendary in addition to its other types, and it still has this ability, so that's not bad. You know, if you have something big in your graveyard, or a flyer or something you want to copy. Another Underrealm Lich, Dream Eater. I got to play this once, and then it was killed. But I got to flash it in, and when Dream Eater enters the battlefield, Survey 4, and then a secondary effect is when you do, you may return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner hand. So I was feeling good when I played this card. I got to return a big threat, and then he just murdered it. March of Multitudes. So for 2 white, a green, and how many mana you want to put into it, Convoke, you can have your creatures tap to pay 1 less for it. So create 1/1 white creature tokens with lifelink. So with the where did she go? That would go good with this card. Oops, kind of. So I was talking about Trostani earlier. So if we had her, that's the type of card that you would want to play. So that will do it for my mythics. Hopefully this isn't focused. I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to watch as I'm talking to make sure that most of these cards are in focus. So hopefully they are. And I'll just quickly go over a few really good rares. So this is the Chase card. And if you would have got this as a promo with the date stamp on it, this card I think is like anywhere between 30 and 40, maybe 50 bucks offhand, because right now this card is currently, Assassin's Trophy is currently at $25, $26. 1 green, 1 black. Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. This is so good that it's going to see play in multiple formats, especially Modern, which has a card that does similar, but it can't be countered. But it only gets rid of, I think it's called Abrupt Decay. And it can only get rid of permanents that are 3 or less, where this can get rid of anything. So this is going to be a good card. So if you get these, hold on to them, especially if you're new. Don't trade these. So I got 2 of these. Mission briefing. And I'm just going through this part just kind of quick because I'm already at 17 minutes and I got to open up these packs. Legion Warboss. Another Tejak Legends Edge. Chromatic Lantern, and Beast Whisperer. And then after that, it's just a whole bunch of commons. But I was really happy with that. Okay, here we go. Let's speed through this because I already know this is going to be past 20 minutes. I'm trying to keep these type of videos around 20 or under. So I'm going to skip through the commons. And unless there's some uncommon that's really good, let you read it. Because like I said, I am somewhat pressed for time. Lifelink and a Glory Gate. Like I said, these are my prize support. Took second place in 2 of the two-headed giants. So I felt pretty good about that. And then I don't know what I would have done with that 2-0 start that I had, but I was feeling really good. And Ominous Bell Adept. I don't think that's that good. Guild Guide. Looks like most of these come with Guild Guide and tokens, which are really cool. Next pack. Go through. Conclave Cavalier. This can be good when you're drafting and limited. And Drowned Secrets Enchantment. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library to the graveyard. So there is limited mill in this format. So if you're looking for mill, then this is a good card. Another gate and a 1/1 beetle. Keep going right here. I need to keep going right here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I hope I get a mythic or another Assassin's Trophy. That would be tight. Another Drowned Secret. Looks like Fate's telling me to play Mill. I'll look into Demir. And I hope you're enjoying this video. If you like what you see, hit the like button. And just to let you know, I will be doing Magic the Gathering content on the weekends. I know I've been dropping the ball on that lately, but I've been a little under the weather and dealing with some family issues. So my priority was my comic books, making videos with that. Justice Strikes, good. I talked about this earlier. Great uncommon. And Charnel Troll, he looks like he's okay. I'll give you a moment for you to read it. I'll put those in the uncommon piles. Got a foiled Celestia Guildgate, which is cool when you're playing like Popper or EDH and you want to bling out your deck. Oh, cool. I got an emblem to go with the Planeswalker I have. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And tomorrow I'll be putting out comic book content. And hit the subscribe button. And I would love to hear if you were a Magic Gathering fan, if you play, how well you did this weekend, if you got to play. If you didn't, did you play on Arena? Because I heard they launched it. Guild's Mage Forum. This I didn't get to play with, but I heard a little hype about this card. Where you pay 1 and then you tap this, add mana of any color. If the mana is spent on multicolored creatures, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1 counter. So that's really good, especially in Limited. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with this in Standard. A Boros Guildgate and an Insect. So I'll talk about a couple other little things that I've been playing Magic on and off for about 20 years. Took a really long break after 2000, got back in during Rise of Eldrazi, and then been playing on and off ever since. Niz Purin. Here's another version of him. They're always doing Niz. So he's a legendary creature, Dragon Wizard. This spell can't be countered. He has flying. Whenever you draw a card, Niz Purin deals 1 damage to any target. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card. So this is really good, especially in Commander. Another gate and token. We are down to 3 packs left. Come on. Another Planeswalker. Like to get. I can't remember the black-green one offhand. That would be cool. So go through that real quick. And, so Knights of the Autumn. This card's okay. I mean, when it enters the battlefield, choose 1. It's a nice utility card. Put 2 +1 counters on Knights of Autumn. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, which could be cool, or you gain 4 life. So this is a great utility card if you're playing these colors. So, only 2 packs left. Come on, I need a mythic. I know I'm being greedy because, as you can see, what I've already pulled and played with. I'm just asking for more, but that's generally what people do. Well, it looks like I'm going to be making a Boros deck because I now have at least 4 of these. He's really good. Good Glory Guildgate and a Soldier Token, which I'm going to be needing. And the last deck. Oh, I do not. Oh, if I could get this Angel, it would be so tight right here. All right, we're at 24 minutes in. I want to thank you all for those of you who have stayed through the entire thing. And I hope you have a good week. And let's see how we wrap this up. Wrap it up by me staying centered. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Legion Warboss is Mentor, +1/+1. This is really good. You're going to see a lot of play of this in Boros deck. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 Goblin creature token. That token gains haste until the end of the turn. It attacks this combat turn is able. The thing to note, your Legion Warboss does not have to attack until you're ready for him to attack. So when he attacks, he can just keep pumping up your Goblins tokens and making them 2/2s. And they don't exile at the end of the turn, so you can keep these. And that will do it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Magic Gathering Ravnica Release, and I will catch you later.